Hi, I'm Parisa. I'm founder and CEO of Meros Media. We're a full-service marketing agency, and in these videos, we offer practical tips for doctors and clinics to not only grow their practice, but also create an amazing patient experience. I know doctors don't like the word selling, and they feel like used car salesman every time we talk about selling. But at the end of the day, if you can't sell your services, you can't serve the patients. People have options, not only treatment options, but you have competitors who do exactly the same thing that you do. So if you are confident in your ability to be able to serve your patients and offer amazing treatments for them, you're going to be able to sell your treatments. Now, it doesn't have to sound like a used car salesman. It could sound very professional, but you're going to be able to convince patients that this is the way to go. First thing you do is that you acknowledge their objection, so they know that you understand their concern. You can do that by saying, I understand that. Repeat the objection. Second step is to validate. Yeah, it is a concern. You have all the rights to be concerned about that. I would be concerned about that too. I know it's high in cost. A lot of people can't afford it. I understand that. But you always end that with a but. And the third step is that you want to take out their alternative. You tell them, I understand your concern. I know where you're coming from. A lot of people would have that concern. I would have that concern, anything you want to use. But then you ask a question about the alternative. Let's say their alternative is a surgery. But Mr. So-and-so, did you know the side effects of the surgery? But Mr. So-and-so, did you know how much time off you have to take from work if you went the surgical route? Mr. So-and-so, did you know how much depression families face if patients undergo a severe surgery? So you ask questions about the alternative, and you design those questions in a way that the answer to those questions would completely dismiss that alternative as an option. And then you listen to them. You might have to ask follow-up questions. You might have to ask a few questions about a few different alternatives they have, but you want to listen to them answering themselves and actually talking themselves out of doing that option. So you just simply listen, you ask questions, and listen to them convince themselves that they should go with your treatment, not the alternatives. And then at the very end, if they're so close but not quite there yet, you make them an offer. I highly recommend that this process is done not by doctors, but by a staff member. Let the doctors just provide medical information and advice and leave the room, and have somebody from your staff or even a salesperson, somebody who's professional but trained in these things. We provide training actually for staff to be able to close patients after the doctors talk to them, but you can hire salespeople. They cost a lot of money, or you can get your staff trained to be able to go in the room with the patient, talk to them, and have this conversation with them. But I highly recommend to do this with your staff, not the doctor himself or herself. If you found this video helpful, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. You don't want to miss our next videos.